What's going on, everybody? I'm back with another video, and today we're going to talk about the NCAA football player name, image, and likeness. If you haven't checked out the podcast, you already know what to do. Every Tuesday and Thursday, we're here talking about sports and sports gaming. Also, that podcast is on iTunes and SoundCloud, also Google Play. So check us out, download us, subscribe to not only this channel, but whatever your device that you use to listen to your podcast. Now, today we're going to talk about the NCAA football player names and likeness. You have a situation now where the NCAA Board of Governors is moving toward allowing player athletes to be compensated for their name and likeness. We kind of knew it was going in this direction as far back as 2018, where there was a lawsuit possibly granting them that access to that money. But when you look at what happened in California, you had where the governor just basically signing a law like any student athlete can get paid off their image, name, likeness, all the other good stuff. So after that, all other states started to follow suit. I think Ohio was next, and Minnesota, North Carolina. I mean, it was just a trickle effect, but all states are still not on board. But so instead of that happening, the NCAA just said, look, we're just going to work it out and make it work. You don't have to make a bill. We'll just do it ourselves. And with something that should have been done a long time ago. And it sounds like a win-win for everybody, right? Well, not so fast. Now, let's look at what's going on in this article right here. You have where NCAA video game is unlikely to return. And I mean, we're not just talking about football. I mean, basketball, baseball. I mean, there was a lot of good sports titles that was college related that was actually pretty good. But like I said, they're not likely to return because of the name, players, and likeness. The NCAA working group says. And I'm just going to go straight down to it and give you my thoughts. Right down here says, even though the new rules will allow that the new rule will not allow the use of logos, trademarks, and other intellectual properties in any sponsorships initiatives, according to Ackerman. I guess this is Val Ackerman, the Big East commissioner. The lack of union or bargaining unit makes the group licensing in college sports unworkable. Now, what that means is you're looking at where when these guys are trying to get paid for their likeness, and they're going to get paid for their likeness, but the school logos, trademarks, and any other type of sponsorships that goes behind the school it's not going to necessarily work, because they're going to have to use those, in some cases, I guess they're going to have to use the school logo. Like, for instance, if you want somebody to get paid for a jersey or whatever, like Trevor Lawrence trying to get paid for a Clemson jersey, it looks like with those rules, it's not going to be able to work that way. For some unknown reason, I don't know how that'll work. Like, say if you bought like certain memorabilia or anything like that, as far as like any other thing that's tied to the school, that wouldn't work. Now, I'm pretty sure sponsorships outside of the school will work. That sounds good. But I think just like basically what that first paragraph that's highlighted said, use of school logos, trademark, or other intellectual properties in any sponsorship initiative. So they won't be able to use anything that relates to the school. So they won't be able to get paid off of their jerseys or anything else for that matter. Now, what that also means, like, their names will be in these video games. Now, if the names are in the video games, what that means is that player was going to be tied to that school, and that just goes right along with selling the jersey or selling anything that's tied to the school. I guess those rules would not allow them to do that. So that's one of the reasons why you won't be able to get them in the game. So it won't work. Also, the second paragraph says, under the NCAA working group's name, player, likeness recommendation, student athletes will be able to sell autographed memorabilia and be paid for personal appearances. Now, that's good. See, that's just the autographs and the memorabilia. That has nothing to do with the school per se. Now, like I said, however, they will be banned from wearing school branded apparel in personal endorsement deals. So, like, say for instance, if a Justin Fields or Trevor Lawrence was to get a deal with Nike or whatever, they cannot wear like their Ohio State, or they can't wear their Clemson stuff. So, I mean, it's almost like a conflict of interest if they was to actually get a deal with somewhere else. I mean, I think like let's say, just say a player was to get a deal with Nike or whatever, but their jersey or whatever is under Adidas. You kind of see where I'm going at. It wouldn't be able to do that. Unlike, like, for some reason, I mean, it just doesn't work out that way. I guess that's just where how their rules are set up. It's really weird. Now, for it to happen, for the football game to return, the next paragraph says the working group would need to amend its recommendations for the Board of Governors to include licensing. At the end of the day, that's where everything falls into place as far as, I guess, with all this other stuff as well. The rules will go into effect in the 2021-2022 season if the NCAA passes legislation in January of 2021. So that's look like that's what we're looking at right there. Also, there's somewhere else that was saying, I think I put it on my Twitter. No, never mind. It's right here. I put it on my Twitter where it says right here in the top the top paragraph I got highlighted. It says, the school trademarks athletes such as products like video games, replica jerseys, trading card collections are unworkable, largely because of the absence of the collective bargaining agency to manage the terms on the behalf of the students. So not only like if somebody was to go out and do their own personal thing, now let's just say if all the players was to be in the video game or anything like that, it has to be collectively bargained for all these players to get paid. So in other words, they're going to need a union. So this is what we're basically looking at here. Not only if somebody individually was to go out and get their own endorsement deal like we talked about in the beginning and throughout the middle of this video, if you're really looking at everything in this in this total package, I mean, if everybody's going to be a part of this, they're going to need a collective bargaining agreement. So they're going to have to get some union to represent them against, I mean, you're looking at not only the NCAA, maybe you're probably looking at against the Big Ten, the Pac-12, the SEC, the Conference USA, the Sun Belt, ACC. You kind of see what I'm going. It's kind of convoluted the way it is. The only way I can see it working if every team basically, every team basically goes under one umbrella outside of their conferences, and we'll see how that goes. So basically, that's what we're looking at. Not only that, if these guys do get their endorsement deals or they get any type of compensation for their player likeness, they can't use anything that goes along with the school because of conflict of interest. And if they was to actually be in a game as a collective or anything like that, they're going to have to be collectively bargained. So that's going to be really interesting to see how this work out. I mean, we saw how NCAA football 15 fell apart. It was basically because of licensing. I mean, a lot of the conferences started to back out, and that's how it didn't work. So at the end of the day, we may just be looking at a bunch of generic teams and players. I don't know how that'll play out. I mean, this is where you guys come in. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think. I just think that it's another hurdle, and this is a big one. And not only that, it's a big hurdle. This looks like it's going to be something that is numerous hurdles. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Like I said, the First and Favorites podcast every Tuesday and Thursday. We're here talking about sports and sports gaming. Thanks to everybody who's been giving us support, not only throughout this channel, but on iTunes, SoundCloud, and Google. And once again, we thank you guys, and we'll see you guys. See you next time. You guys take care. Peace.